Ah, you're here. Welcome, welcome. I've been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the storyteller. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I shall be your guide going forward. Now then, before we begin our story, there are several things I must bring to your attention. First, this game uses autosave. The game will automatically save at regular intervals, so you may stop playing at any time. Saving is a very important element of games. It is the only way to keep your memories in place. If you do not wish to rely on autosave alone, you can also save manually via the menu. Next, please look at the upper right of the screen. This is the menu button. From here, you can check the text log, view useful files, and switch auto mode on and off. You can also adjust the brightness, volume, and other settings in the options menu. For instance, if there is a voice you would prefer not to hear, you can mute it by setting the voice volume to 0. I suggest you check the brightness, controls, and other settings now before going on. Okay, we'll do so. Okay, I don't need vibration. I'm playing with mouse and keyboard. Text speed, I tend to prefer faster. Actually, instant. No, let's do fast. Hello. Good. Brightness, until the image on the right is barely... It's still visible. But I like my games to be brighter anyway. I honestly can't see much of a difference between 50 and 100, so we'll go with that. Save between... Okay, saves between these screens. Voice volume. Now, I think, if I remember correctly, the game only has Japanese audio. So we'll turn that off, because otherwise, well, I can't read and have them speak over me at the same time. The video settings, that's fine. Full screen resolution standard, yes. And the controls are just fine. Actually, I like the camera to be inverted. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get told how to exactly do that at a later point. Okay. I'm done, storyteller. Files updated, open updates page. How to play. Well, I'm not using a controller, so... We'll see if I need to use a controller. I have a controller, but we'll see. I usually prefer to use mouse and keyboard unless for RPGs. I'll explain other essential functions when the time is right. And I didn't think this was an RPG, but let's see. There is one more thing I wish to confirm before we continue. It would feel strange to go on without knowing your name. Please, tell me what I may call you. Let's go with that. 10 letters or less, huh? I see. Calamity... Wait. Calamity X, is it? No. Oh! How rude of me. Please pardon my mistake. I was sure that's what you said, but... It seems I was wrong. What came over me? Let me try again. You wish to be called Calamity? Yes. I see. Very good. I seem to have gotten it right this time. Alright. Now that we've been properly introduced, let us begin our story. From antiquity to present day, regardless of how society and civilization evolve, death has been a constant presence that none have ever escaped. Whether it is one's own or that of someone close, death is always a difficult thing to accept. This is an immutable reality, a value shared by all, no matter the age in which they live. In fact, oral traditions reflecting people's fears and prayers regarding death still remain. Ghosts, spirits, and so on. Similarly, in attempt to defy death, many curses, rituals, and customs have been born, from burning spirit incense to summoning the souls of the dead. Some of those secret arts are still being passed down to this day. On that note, Calamity, this may seem rather abrupt, but is there someone you wish to bring back from the dead? What if you had one chance to use the secret art of resurrecting the dead? Yes, if you had the power to bring someone back to life, one time, and one time only, what would you do, Calamity? I think that depends on if the power is something that I can save and use later, because actually, right now, I don't really have anyone that I would really like to bring back, or to say it in a different way. Like, that sounds a bit harsh. There are definitely people that I would like to bring back, sure, but not over other people that I could possibly bring back in the future if they ever die, which, well, I guess they will at some stage, hopefully not too soon. So if I can do that, then because if it's a decision that I have to make now, like someone I can bring back now, I'll let someone else have it. Someone who might need it more. If I can use it whenever, I'd use it if it came at no cost. I'd use it even if I had to sacrifice it a bit. Depends on the situation. Probably not, maybe. I'd use it even if I had to sacrifice someone. Depends on that someone, but that's like the least likely I'd choose. I think I'd go for that, to be perfectly honest. I see. Very interesting. Yes, that's what I thought you would say. What seems to be the matter? You want to know what this box that has been sitting here is? It's quite a curious thing, isn't it? This is called a color television. The world I will be sending you to is full of devices such as this that do not exist in the age you are from. In this era, a color television can be found in nearly every household. That is not all. For example, if a person should wish to contact someone while they are out of their home, they use public telephones like this that can be found all over the city. Okay, so we're probably in like the 80s or something like that. Can you imagine what life would be like in such a time? I'd be thrilled to have you continue this story, Calamity. After all, that is why you came here, no? So, let us begin. I've kept you waiting long enough. I present to you Paranormasight, a bizarre tale surrounding the curse known as the Rites of Resurrection. A peculiar yarn ensnaring 9 men and women in a fierce fight for their lives as it unravels. Some of the characters appearing within surely share your views on the Rites of Resurrection. I imagine those who have lost someone dear to them will feel particularly strong about it, clinging to it as their last desperate hope. The first I shall introduce, a man named Shogo Okie, is one of them. Breaking news. Oh? I wonder what it could be at such a time. Early this morning, the body of a drowned man was discovered at a park in Sumida City. Police have identified the body as Shogo Okie. Okie? That's a weird name. A 25-year-old man who worked at a company in the area. As signs of a struggle were found, the Sumida police suspect foul play and have launched an investigation. Oh, excuse me. Please pay no mind to what you have just seen. Goodness, you very nearly saw something that would have spoiled the story. Just pretend you did not see that. Let us turn back time, back a smidge, and start again from there. Do you understand? You saw nothing. You know nothing. This story is a work of fiction. All locations, characters, organizations, legends, etc. that appear in this game have no relation to reality. Unless they do. Square Enix presents. Shogo? Shogo, are you alright? Hey, can you hear me? Uh-huh. Apparently can't press enter for that. Hey, that's not a proper answer. Earth to Shogo Okie. What do you think you're doing, falling asleep here? You gave me quite the shock. Come on now, up with you, up. Okay, and... there. How's that? Alright. Do you feel dizzy? Have a headache? Are your humors off balance? I'm fine, I think. There's definitely nothing wrong with my humors, though my head's still a little fuzzy. Office worker Shogo Okie. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Turn your head around a little bit to see if you can walk alright. When the game is in your control, drag the screen or move the right stick to look around. Try looking around your surroundings now. Okay. That works still perfectly fine with mouse. I can also zoom. Yep. Seems... oh, Jesus Christ. I love the game already. Good. You seem to be fine. What a relief. Do you remember anything, like where you are or what we were doing? Oh no, you look so confused. You're messing with me, right? Stop it, you're scaring me. Why are you coming closer? Alright, let's just calm down. Take a good look around you, okay? Look around and select things you want to investigate. You can converse with people by selecting their faces. That sounds... wrong. Select their faces. There's a playground. That's an interesting looking playground. I bet it's crawling with kids during the daytime, but it's kind of peaceful here at night. Where are we? Oh, right. This is Sumida City, Tokyo. We're at Kinshibori Park near Kinshicho Station. The word Kinshi means forbidden, as far as I remember in Japanese, so that's a good name. Yoko brought me here saying she needed my help with something important. It's just past midnight. That explains why there's nobody else around. Okay. What else is there? Is she gonna jump into my face again? These telephone booths are all over town. Lights are always on, so they can be used in an emergency. What does it say? Sumida City, Tokyo is one of the 23 districts of Tokyo, located in the eastern part of the city. It is surrounded by the Sumida, Arakawa, and Kunaka rivers. At the start of the Showa era, the area was still divided into two districts, the southern Honjo and northern Mukojima, but they were merged into one district after the Second World War. It is said to be named after the Sumida River and the banks that line it. Unlike the river, however, its name uses the character for ink rather than that for corner. Even now, people still frequently mix up the two. Despite suffering extensive damage from both the Great Kanto earthquake and air bombings during the war, Sumida managed to recover and come out on top every time. Once filled with samurai residences, it is now home to a thriving industrial district and many residential zones, though evidence of its previous character can still be found all around the area. Major landmarks or tourist attractions are the Eiko Temple, former Yasuda Gardens, site of Kira Kosukenosuke its residence, Honjo Matsuzakacho Park. Matsuzakacho Park, I think. Sumida Park, Tokyo Metropolitan Memorial Hall, and Mukujima Hyakkain Gardens. Okay, Kinshibori Park. Opened in 1950. Conveniently close to Kinshijo Station and surrounded on all sides by roads, this paved park is a popular spot for people to meet or relax. Kinshibori Park was named after the Kinshibori Canal, part of the South Warigesui Canal, which could once be found nearby. In fact, the area's name, Kinshicho, was also derived from the canal. Telephone booth. A small booth containing a public telephone. Most often found in parks or along roads, local telephone calls can be placed at a rate of 10 yen per 3 minutes. More recently, telephone booths capable of accepting prepaid cards known as telephone cards have begun to spread, enabling one to make a phone call without the need for small change. The telephone booths in the downtown area tend to be plastered with unauthorized advertisements and leaflets, a problem that has shown no signs of slowing down. Okay, very interesting. Yep, she's staring at my face again. Actually, no, she's still far enough away. Looked a bit closer at this angle. I think I've looked at everything. But let me just make one more check. Is that anything? No. Okay. Yikes, that was close. If we died before we got our hands on a rite of resurrection, everything would be over before it started. Still a little woozy. The hell is wrong with me? There's a girl here. Who is she? Yoko Fukunaga. Good, at least I can remember that much. I first met her about a month ago. She's 23, works as a housekeeper, and is really into the occult. If I think harder, I can probably recall a little more about what's going on. We've only met a few times, but we've really hit it off. She's a lot of fun to be around. I have no idea how she feels, though. I get the sense she isn't thinking about me that way right now. But I know I've got a thing for bubbly girls who are into dark things like the occult. Paranormal fanatic Yoko Fukunaga. Actually, sure. Let me read through. Shogo. He's an office worker, yes. An unremarkable young man entering his third year of working in the planning department of Hihaku Soaps, a chemicals company headquartered in Sumida. Born in western Tokyo to an ordinary family around the same time as the birth of color TV, he grew up amidst the boom of special effects, heavy action films, anime, variety shows, professional baseball, and pop music. Shogo graduated from a famous private university in Tokyo, and has since settled into an apolitical mindset, common among those of his generation. With no strong ideals and no particular dissatisfaction with the world as it develops around him. He is content to just go with the flow, having stumbled into his current position by pure chance, and it is safe to assume he will follow the stereotypical path of working his way up the ladder, starting a family and remaining at the same company until retirement. He plays folk guitar as a hobby and is currently looking for a girlfriend. Yoko. After obtaining a junior college degree, Yoko started working as a housekeeper. Due to her ability to see things others cannot, she has received strange looks from a young age. This ability spurred an interest in the paranormal, which she continues to pursue to this day. Following graduation, Yoko worked a desk job at a trading company, but butted heads with her supervisor, who was skeptical of the supernatural, and quit within a year. Now, while working as a housekeeper, she spends her days devouring mystery magazines and visiting haunted spots. As she vowed to live life true to herself and never change for the sake of others, Yoko has no regrets about the path she has taken. Yoko has a dog, a Shiba Inu named Ogopogo, who has been by her side since she was a student. And a storyteller, who we have no idea about. Okay. Let me think. What can I remember? Yeah, okay, her name is Yoko Fukunaga. We met about a month ago. What's the deal with this park? It was around noon on one of my days off. I had just finished running some errands in Kinshicho and was here taking a quick break. I was just looking around absent-mindedly. Oh, I guess we meant to look around. Yeah, sure. Huh. Oh, when I noticed this girl loitering about. She was digging up holes in the sandbox and searching around the playground. She seemed to be enjoying herself, talking to the animal figures and petting them on their heads. My curiosity got the better of me before long, and I struck up a conversation. Hey, are you looking for something? Sorry, must look like a total weirdo. Yeah, I guess you could say I'm looking for something. If you want, I could give you a hand. Really? I mean, that would be a huge help, but... But? Are you really just a good Samaritan? Or are you after, you know, something else? We'll be a good Samaritan for now. We'll ignore the part in his update, in his profile page that said he really wanted a girlfriend. Oh, wow, my hero. People like you really do exist. I think I might cry. Okay, I guess I'll let you help me. Be warned, you might regret what you've gotten yourself into. No worries. What are you looking for anyway? Did you lose a bracelet or something? Not exactly. I'm searching for one of the 7 mysteries. Supposedly, this is the location of the Whispering Canal. The what? Now I've done it. I bet you think I'm some kind of lunatic. The 7 mysteries of Honjo. Do you know anything about it? I figured everyone around here would have at least heard of it, but I guess not. Honjo is what the southern part of Sumida is called. A long time ago, this part of Tokyo was split into 2 separate cities. The north part was Mukujima, and the south part was Honjo. Huh. Am I boring you? Well, I'm not a local or anything, I just work around here. Oh, then no wonder you didn't know. Well, the 7 mysteries of Honjo is a legend dating all the way back to the Edo period. Really? It's that old? That's like over 200 years ago. Oh, I've got your attention after all. I just assumed it was one of those fake stories made up to chase the occult craze. I don't blame you. A lot of the popular stories going around are pretty fishy. But the 7 mysteries of Honjo are different because they're all true. They're true? That's what I said. They're the real deal. So, hold on. What does that mean? Are you telling me there's actually paranormal stuff at work in this park? Yep, pretty much. But there's got to be more to it. After all I've done, I still haven't found a thing. That was the first time I met Yoko Fukunaga. We exchanged contact information, and we've talked on the phone a few times since. We've even met in person once or twice. But she never brought up the 7 mysteries of Honjo again. I figured she'd gotten bored of it. Until today, when all of a sudden she decided to resume her search. Huh, wait a second, where did Yoko go? Can I see her? Why, I don't. Oh, there she is. According to Yoko, the Whispering Canal, one of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, is around here somewhere. It's apparently the story that the expression left at the canal originally comes from. I think I left myself a note about it. I should check my files. Okay, the 7 mysteries of Honjo. Honjo became known as a hotspot for strange happenings during the Edo period. A number of these stories have survived to this day and become known as the 7 mysteries of Honjo. While many of these were likely the result of people blaming things they didn't understand on spirits or monsters, the stories continue to be told as urban legends. Despite what the name would imply, there are actually more than 10 of these strange tales. Their roots likely come from stories told by the city's common folk. The most famous of the stories is the Whispering Canal, which eventually became the basis for both an idiom and a well-known rakugo story. The most famous of the seven mysteries, the Whispering Canal, the Fool's Procession, the Beckoning Light, the Haunting Clappers, the Evergreen Beach, the Taiko of Tsugaru, the Foot Washing Mansion, the One-Sided Reed, and the Ever-Burning Lantern. The Whispering Canal, an enduring superstition. Formerly known as Kinshibori, many fishermen once gathered on this section of the canal that ran through Honjo. As their days came to a close and the fishermen gathered up their catches, a terrifying voice would rise up from the canal, whispering, "Leave it behind, leave it behind." Those who ignored the voice found themselves unable to move and their previously full baskets of fish emptied. They would then be dragged into the canal, never to return. This strange phenomenon continued to occur, and the people began to call this body of water the Whispering Canal. Honjo, a location in the southern part of modern Sumida City. It consisted mostly of swamplands until the middle of the Edo period. While it wasn't originally considered part of the city of Edo itself, the area on the eastern side of the Sumida River began to be developed once the Ryogoku Bridge was built after the Great Fire of Meiriki. While Honjo is known for its large number of rivers and canals, many of these were dug during the area's urbanization for drainage and sewage. The Ryogoku Bridge area, home to the Eiko Temple, eventually became filled with both people and shops. After a magistrate was assigned to the area and shops continued to pop up, it soon became a part of Edo proper as its reputation as a lively place spread. Honjo, along with other areas like Asakusa and Fukugawa, are still appreciated today for their old-fashioned feel and architecture. Occult craze, paranormal phenomena, the supernatural, aliens, cryptids, lost civilizations, ESP. The list goes on. Such unexplainable phenomena are quick to take on a life of their own. A plesiosaur named Nessie living in Loch Ness. Sightings of mythical creatures like the Tsuchinoko or Hibagon. The urban legend of the Kuchisake Onna. Television reports of spoon-bending psychics. Documentaries which feature mediums and spirit photography. These are only a few examples of stories that have captivated the public. There is no end to this obsession in sight, with magazines or paranormal phenomenon enjoying widespread publication. Most recently, rumors of an ancient ritual known as the Rite of Resurrection have been spreading in certain circles. Is there anything else I can look at other than just the surroundings? Well, I've already looked at the playground and the telephone booth, so okay. There she is. She's back to digging up holes in the sandbox and searching around the playground. She seems to be enjoying herself, talking to the animal figures and petting them on their heads. No animal needs that much petting. That's right. She asked me to come here to help her look for one of the 7 mysteries. Actually, I think I did some research into the 7 mysteries of Honjo. I can't remember all too well. I should check my files. Okay, that's a lot of them. The Fool's Procession, an enduring superstition, a mysterious tale regaling an encounter had by a daimyo at his residence in Honjo's Ushijima, now Komagata High School. When walking around his estate, he heard the sound of music, much like that of a kagura performance. He commanded his people to find the source, but no matter how much they searched, the music would fade when one neared the Warigesui Canal. The source of the sound was never located. This story is also known as the Procession of the Tanuki, as many were of the belief that it must have been these mischievous tricksters behind it all. The Beckoning Light. While walking along the road near Hoonji at night, one might spot a hazy lantern light up ahead, despite there being no one around. Following it will cause it to go out suddenly when getting near, but just when one fears the darkness might swallow them up, another light will appear further ahead, as if guiding the one who sees it. Some say the flame is benevolent, leading people to their homes, while others believe it a monster leading people astray. Some even believe it's the vengeful spirit of someone that died, luring the lost to the land of the dead. The Haunting Clappers. As the evening bell rings in Iricho, near present-day Shumoku Bridge, A night watchman patrols the dark streets and announces his presence by shouting warnings about fires, all the while striking his wooden clappers. But tonight the sound of another set of clappers answers back. He curiously claps his clappers again. Clack, clack. The echo answers again, but no matter how hard he searches for the source of this second pair of clappers, he never finds it. Some say it was the work of a mischievous tanuki or kitsune, while others say it was a warning from the spirit of someone who lost their life in a terrible fire. The Evergreen Beech. Once upon a time in North Okurabashi, a beautiful beech tree stood in the garden of Lord Shinden's residence, now known as the former Yasuda Gardens. It was so impressive that the house became known among the people as the Beech Residence. Somehow, no one had ever seen a single leaf fall from the tree. As rumors spread of the eternally green tree, it became known as the Evergreen Beech. However, this particular species of tree was actually an evergreen, so the lack of fallen leaves was nothing out of the ordinary. This has led people to say that the strangest part of this legend is the fact that it even became a legend at all. The Taiko of Tsugaru. There once was a daimyo from the Hirosaki domain in Tsugaru who built a residence in Midoricho on a large piece of land. On this estate was an almost 8-meter tall tower that served as a lookout for fires. Only a designated firefighter was allowed to use the large drum that resided atop the tower in the event of a fire. While most towers used wooden blocks to sound the fire alarm, for some reason this residence was permitted to use drums. The residence and its special privileges led to much speculation and gossip among the townsfolk. Some of these are clearly scarier than others. The Foot-Washing Mansion. This is the story of something that occurred in the dead of night, in a residence in Mikasacho, modern-day South Warigesui Street in Kamizawa. A foul-smelling wind rattled the house. Suddenly, a giant foot, drenched in blood, smashed through the ceiling. "Wash," it commanded. After the servants carefully washed the foot, it returned from whence it came. Fixing the roof, it had broken. A man who had been visited by the foot every night asked a friend to trade houses with him. That night, the foot stopped appearing. The One-Sided Reed. There was once an infamous rogue by the name of Tomezo who fell for a woman named Okuma. Tomezo persistently chased after Okuma, attempting to win her heart over and over again, but she rejected his advances each time. Enraged by her indifference to him, Tomezo brought a dagger to a canal near Ryogoku Bridge and attacked Okuma. He cut the arm and leg off one side of her body, then threw them into the canal. Ever since then, the reeds growing along that canal have only sprouted leaves on one side. The Ever-Burning Lantern. On a bone-chilling winter's night, one may happen upon a sober cart along the canal known as South Warigesui. But there is something strange about this cart. No matter when one might visit, its owner is nowhere to be found. Yet the lantern that hangs from it stays perpetually lit, burning brightly even with no oil to fuel it. Should one attempt to put out the flame, it immediately roars back to life. However, there is also the tale of the never-burning lantern. Another telling of the story in which the sober cart's lantern always remains dark, refusing to be lit. Alright, those are all the mysteries, I guess. Oh wait, she's coming back this way. Hey, what was that just now? Uh-huh. Didn't you hear that? I didn't, but now that you mention it, I did feel like I heard something. I'm not too sure though. That was creepy. But you have special talent. You should have been able to hear it. Pay closer attention for me, okay? My special talent? Talking about? I mean your spirit sense. You look like you can handle your liquor. Huh? I have no idea what drinking has to do with it, but I don't think so. Well, you must. I mean, you can see me, right? Huh? Shogo Okie, 1 a.m. Kinshibori Park. I wonder if, she actually is just a spirit or if she's just messing with him because she's having fun. I could see both. That's an interesting looking playground. I bet it's crawling with kids during the daytime, but it's kind of peaceful here at night. It's gotten late. Really late, actually. It's already past 1 AM. There's a chill in the air, but I guess that's normal for this time of year. Or so I keep telling myself. These telephone booths are all over town. The lights are always on, so they can be used in an emergency. I don't know how she's so comfortable talking about spirits and the paranormal at this time of night. Either she's got guts, or she's just used to it. Unless... No, it can't be. But can it? I've gotten most of my memory back, but I still feel a bit out of it. Wait. You're kidding, right? About what? I mean, just now. It kind of sounded like you were saying that only people with spirit sense can see you. Of course that was a joke. Duh. You don't really think I'm some kind of evil spirit, do you? Well... But, yeah. I meant what I said about your spirit sense being strong. I bet you could down a whole gimlet in one gulp. Seriously. Why does it look like there's a person back there? I want to have the background spin around a bit more so I can look again. Maybe it was just, I don't know, something very normal, but it looked like a person. Is it gonna ever get there? Of course it's not. Nice job, game. That's the real reason I asked you to help me with the 7 mysteries of Honjo business. Okay, let me just clarify something. Are you saying you can actually see paranormal stuff? Sure, I could handle a solid Moscow mule. Why are you measuring this in terms of cocktails? Not a believer, huh? Well, that's no matter. But you have to have seen some weird stuff over the years, right? Weird stuff? Yeah, like things you could see but could never understand. You can't be serious. Where would that have been anyway? Nowhere. Bad spirit sense. I've seen ghost photos in magazines before, but are you telling me they really exist? You bet they do, but you can only recognize them if you really believe in them, so be careful. So, even with my skill, I won't be able to see them if I doubt that they exist. That's right, the spirit world is all about the mind and the soul. You won't be able to see a thing unless you're properly in tune. But sometimes people get caught up in the moment, thinking they might see something, and then they really do, because they believed they would. Is that how it works? Yep, just like drinking. You'll never know how much booze you can handle unless you're ready to down some shots. That is true. I'm still not sure I get the drinking thing. I do. You know, I realized how strange it was as the words left my mouth. Sheesh. About alcohol? Totally unrelated, but do you actually drink? Real alcohol, I mean. Whoa, talk about whiplash. I didn't expect you to stop making small talk. Well, our conversation was getting a bit dark. I figured a change of topic might lighten things up. Oh, I see. If you really want to know, I like to think I can handle a few drinks. But to tell you the truth, I've never actually had a Moscow mule. Really now. I just thought it sounded cool. I would like to try it though. Why don't we go for a drink sometime then? Oh, are you asking me out? No, you're just being a good Samaritan, right? No, that's not what I meant. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'd be up for that. But only if we found one of the 7 mysteries. Alright, let's get to work. Okay, so this does continue actually, and it checks it if it's done. And if you can believe that, there might be hope for you yet. You can't be serious. Okay. About the 7 mysteries of Honjo. I just remembered, I actually did some research on the 7 mysteries of Honjo at the library. You did? What did you find? Well, I discovered a few interesting things. Oh, tell me everything. 7 mysteries? Although they're called the 7 mysteries, the literature lists 9 of them. Oh, I'm surprised you picked up on that. Nice researching. Some people think there could be up to 15. And that's the thing about these old folktales. Stuff gets added to them over the years. That's more extra stories than main ones. Yeah, but the 7 mysteries rolls off the tongue way better than 9 or 15. You say so. But it makes sense, don't you think? It's more likely to be passed on if it's easy to remember. Huh, that's a good point. Are these really ghost stories? So, I read some of the stories and none of them were, well, scary. I thought these were supposed to be ghost stories. That's true. They're more like a collection of superstitions, really. But there are some pretty disturbing ones in the mix. Yeah, like the one that's supposed to take place here, the Whispering Canal. People who fished in this canal would hear a voice call out saying, "Leave it." They had to abandon their catch or the canal would take it. Right. Is that what you're expecting to find here in this park? Not quite. We're talking about a folktale from hundreds of years ago. After centuries of the telephone game, who knows if it's anything like the original story? So, basically, you think the true story of the Whispering Canal might be completely different from what we know? Exactly, I'm sure it is. I mean, weren't you curious? About what? People from around here have that expression, "left at the canal," right? Meaning to abandon someone. This story is where it comes from. Except the story being told today is about fish. There's nothing in it about leaving people behind. Now that you mention it, that's true. So you're saying the original story maybe did involve someone being abandoned? That's what I'm trying to find out. Ah, gotcha. About the rite of resurrection. Oh, by the way, were we talking about the rite of resurrection? Oh, your memory is as strong as your tolerance. I'm gonna start calling you Martini Man Shoko. I'm really climbing up the drinks menu, huh? So, you know about it, huh? The rite of resurrection. A magazine ran a feature on it recently that got practically everyone talking about it. Really? Maybe that's where I heard about it. Still, I don't know. It seems a little too far-fetched to be true. So, the rite of resurrection. It's the forbidden art of bringing the dead back to life, concocted by a famous onmyoji from an ancient age. Rumor has it an old manuscript containing actual concrete details about the rite was recently discovered. This rumor comes from a presentation given by local historian Hideki Araishi at an academic conference. You sure know a lot about this stuff. That's because I'm secretly a huge occult buff. What do you mean secretly? I kinda got that. Oh. But if a researcher spoke about it at an academic conference, it must have some basis in fact. Exactly. That's why I believe the rite of resurrection is real. I'm starting to believe it too. Good. The pursuit of the unknown starts with belief. I got that from Professor Araishi himself. The Rite of Resurrection. As indicated by its name, this manuscript holds detailed instructions on how to perform the secret art of reviving the dead. This forbidden ritual is said to have been devised by a once famous onmyoji. Local researcher Hideki Araishi recently discovered the old manuscript and gave a presentation on it at an academic conference, sending ripples through the field of occult studies. Wait, hang on. I've got another question. You mentioned the rite of resurrection. Are you looking for that too? Does it have something to do with the 7 mysteries of Honjo? Oh, you're sharp. I could cut my finger on you. To tell the truth, it's actually the other way around. What do you mean? Well, I started off searching for the rite of resurrection. but along the way I realized that I needed to investigate the 7 mysteries of Honjo first. I see. So then, why are you looking for the right? If you're looking into a way to bring someone back from the dead, does that mean you've got someone you want to bring back? You know what? Forget it. It just came to mind, so I thought I'd ask. I didn't mean to pry. Sorry. No, it's fine. I figured I'd need to tell you at some point. It's Ogopogo. Ogopogo? Yeah, I want to bring Ogopogo back to life. He died in an accident about a month ago. Ogopogo died? Oh right, Ogopogo was my dog. I had him for 8 years. Ah, okay, your dog. Gotcha. You spent a long time together. Losing him must have been really hard for you. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure if the rite even works on dogs. But as soon as I found out about it, I knew I had to give it a try. I don't think I could forgive myself if I just let the opportunity pass by. Definitely. Now I understand why you feel so strongly about it. Thanks for telling me. I know this must be hard to talk about. But you know what? All that led to me meeting you. So at least something good came out of it. Though that doesn't mean I'll stop looking, obviously. Yoko, I'll do everything I can to help you. Yay, I'm so glad to hear that. Let's keep up the hard work then, yeah? What's that got to do with the 7 mysteries? So, about the connection between this rite and the 7 mysteries. Bring together everything we've talked about. My guess is that the original stories behind the 7 mysteries, the true stories, are the key to finding the rite of resurrection. And that's why you're here searching for one of them. Do I have that right? Wow, 10 out of 10. You're proving to be quite the capable assistant. Wait, since when was I your assistant? Anyway, this is all just hearsay, but some say that what led to the 7 mysteries coming to be was the rite of resurrection itself. Huh? Don't the stories come from the Edo period? I thought the rite of resurrection was supposed to be way older than that. Right. It seems that an onmyoji from the Edo period rediscovered the ancient art. That old manuscript I mentioned with all the details on how to use the rite? Apparently it was written in the Edo period. Oh, right. I never told you its name. The manuscript is called the Record of Fates. Oh, what a name. And it speculates that the secret of the rite is hidden within the 7 mysteries of Honjo. So now the 7 mysteries are the hot new trend. Among who? You know, this whole thing's starting to sound pretty questionable. Come on, remember what I said about the pursuit of the unknown? It starts with belief, right? Oops, whoa. Actually, before that, I wanted to read some files. The Record of Fates, an old manuscript from the Edo period, written by the sorcerer who recovered the rite of resurrection. It is viewed as a priceless and authentic document due to its detailed account on how to perform the ritual. What the hell? It feels like the air just changed. What's behind me, Yoko? Do I really want to find out? There's nothing behind me. That's even worse, Yoko. Oh no. Can I look at anything? Is it like up in the sky? Nope. Okay then. We'll think first. Something's got Yoko really rattled. I feel eyes on my back. I can't move. Is there something behind me? Yoko, are you okay? Hey, what's wrong? Stay with me. No, this can't be. No. Why? Okay, yeah, she's screaming. I'm not gonna scream very loudly right now. Yoko! Is there something behind me now? No. Something's got Yoko really rattled. What is that something? Or you talk to her. Is there anything I'm missing? Oh. Yoko's pointing over here, but I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Still, she looks really spooked. I doubt she's making this up. Damn it, did I miss it? Huh. What was that about pushing? There has to be something strange around here. I should keep looking around. Let's push. I don't get this. What's going on? Did something happen? Hey, Yoko? Oh no. Oh god. Huh? Huh? What the? What is something? What is it? Why is this happening? Yoko, answer me. Yoko? No way. It can't be. Why? Why? Okay, yep. What the hell just happened? No. Damn it, I've got bigger problems. Yoko, just hold on. Everything's going to be okay. God, she's not breathing. She's cold and I don't feel a pulse. This can't be happening. Okay. An ambulance, right. I've got to call an ambulance. I need a phone. The phone. I need to call an ambulance. Get to the phone. Call an ambulance. Is she dead? What's happening? Phone booth. Right, the phone. I've got to call an ambulance. I called it in. The ambulance shouldn't be long. But is it going to make a difference? Her body's gone stiff and her skin is cold, and I don't think she's breathing. She looks more like a mannequin than a person now. I don't think there's any coming back from that. I don't get it. Just a few minutes ago, we were chatting away without a care in the world. Yoko. How did this happen? How could someone so bright and bubbly just suddenly drop dead? Resurrect her. Uh-huh. Oh, that's right. If that rite of resurrection she was talking about really does exist, there might be a way to bring her back. If someone can just drop dead out of nowhere, like they were cursed, then why shouldn't there be a way to bring them back to life? Yoko believed in it, so if I believe in her, it seems completely possible. Maybe, just maybe I can still save her. Even if I've got to deal with spirit senses and curses and whatever, I've got to try. Wait for me, Yoko. I promise I'll use the rite of resurrection to bring you back. Right before she died, I felt a strange presence a few times. And it seemed like she saw something that shook her to the bone. There's definitely something strange going on. And maybe it's still here. What could she have seen? She mentioned that the rite of resurrection and 7 mysteries were connected. So maybe, whatever it was she saw, had something to do with that whispering canal. Whoa! Damn it, that presence again. It must be around here somewhere, but where? The cold night air feels like it's pressing down on me. Just standing here makes me want to scream, but I've got bigger problems right now. Okay. I thought it would get a check, but it doesn't. I've called an ambulance already. It should be here soon. Oh, of course. I don't know how it took me so long to realize. This has to be some weird prank she's playing. Any second now she's going to open her eyes, get up and have a good laugh at how scared I was. Right, Yoko? You can give it up now. Boy, did I fall for that one. You really got me good. Wait, no, I've got it. You really were some sort of spirit all along. There's no way you're really dead. Right? I'm not even fooling myself anymore. There's no going back, only forward. Yep, still says the same. Fallen object. Huh? There's something on the ground. Did Yoko drop this? I didn't notice it till now, but there's a small wooden sculpture by her side. It's 3 or 4 centimeters tall. It looks like it could be a keychain, but from how rotted it is, it's way too old for that. Despite how tiny it is, I feel an almost palpable malice radiating from it. What the hell is this thing? Cursed stone acquired, the Whispering Canal. What the? Are these the Whispering Canal's memories? Such deep sorrow. A resentful memory is flowing into my mind. Kill them. Kill them. Those who walk away. Kill them all. You have acquired the power of the cursed stone, the Whispering Canal. You can use it to kill those who walk away from you. Press the use curse button to kill your target as they attempt to depart. Excuse me, what? Ah! A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Now. Kill. Can you hear it, curse bearer? You who so strongly desires the right. Kill them. Should you seek life's restoration, take your curse in hand. Reap lives by the score, and claim their soul dregs for your own. Collect enough to sate this vessel, and by their sacrifice claim the gift of resurrection. Or better yet, slay your fellow curse bearers, for theirs are the equal of droves of lesser souls. Now, go forth and kill. Did it add something? Yeah, a cursed power. Kills by drowning one who leaves the curse bearer behind. A resentful memory. Toki loved fishing with her father Jinkichi more than anything. With their wicker baskets on their backs, they would leave for the canal every morning and fish till the evening. The miso soup her mother Koma made using the carp they caught was to die for. Her parents loved her dearly. One day, however, her father disappeared. Toki's mother went to look for him and never came back either. Those who came to express their concern eventually stopped visiting her out of fear. Toki continued to wait, all alone. Mother, father, where did you go? Don't leave me behind. Unable to bear the loneliness, she left her home and trudged along the roads until night fell. Neither her mother nor father were anywhere to be found. Tears stung her eyes. Suddenly, the sound of fish splashing in the water cut through the silence. She found herself standing before the canal where they used to fish together. The taste of carp and the memory of her father's smile flashed across her mind. Without thinking, Toki walked into the moat. The sound of water splashing echoed throughout the night air. Passers-by thought of it only as the fish in the canal. The splashing faded, and silence returned to the lonely night. Curse echoes and curse bearers. Curse echoes are the visual manifestations of curses. These manifestations are fundamentally related to the origin of the curse. They do not always take the same shape and may sometimes appear in a more abstract or disfigured form. They lack consciousness, unlike a spirit, and are thus the mere dregs of a soul. Curses are made tangible by what are known as soul dregs. Someone possessed by a curse that has a curse echo is called a curse bearer. A curse echo is in itself a curse, and the possessed curse bearer can inflict that curse upon others at will. A curse that comes with a curse echo is considered very powerful in and of itself. Ordinarily, those with no spirit sense would not be able to perceive a curse echo, but anyone who becomes a curse bearer can see other curse echoes. Curse stones. Old Netsuke carvings imbued with curses derived from the 7 mysteries of Honjo. Ordinarily, only those with spirit sense can wield such curses, but these curse stones allow ordinary people to use them just as lethally. We have the Whispering Canal. Soul dregs. When someone dies, their life essence leaves the body and becomes a soul. If one is killed by means of certain curses, however, their life essence will turn into a residue known as soul dregs. The rite of resurrection essentially uses these soul dregs as a sacrificial offering to bring back the dead, but the amount of soul dregs required depends on when the person being resurrected passed away. The more time has passed since their passing, the more soul dregs are required. And I think that is a good point to end this first episode of Paranormasight, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. I am loving the game already. I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes, and I hope you're enjoying it as well. So, for now, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys again next time. Till then, bye.